last decade, New Mexico has served as a backdrop for more than 150 major films and television productions. In fact, Variety magazine actually ranked New Mexico the third best location for film production in North America, and Movie Maker magazine rated Albuquerque as the #1 city in which to live and work if you work in the film industry. It's incredible. New Mexico now sets the stage for a new Western, Texas Hold'em, the first full-length feature film for writer, director, producer, extravaganza. You're amazing. Look at you. And of course, she is also Northern New Mexico resident. We're so happy to welcome Christine Mackenzie. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me, Nikki. It's great to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you. You have so many credits now under your belt with all the work that you're doing. And I want to talk first about the premise of Texas Hold'em.
Well, as the name implies, it's about a gambler who comes across from Texas to New Mexico in 1880 to a small town, and he basically is going to be the professional in the saloon.
Okay.
And he's out to get whatever he can.
I love it. I love it. Well, what I want to do is, while we're talking, I want to take a look at some of the shots from the storyboard. And for those who aren't in the film industry and don't understand what a storyboard is, can you explain what that means?
Well, it kind of helps to visualize the story,
Right.
to see who is what are they doing, what's happening. Especially for the investors, we've created a storyboard so they can see, you can see it's a Western.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the through line. I mean, you really
Yeah,
get
here's
to
the
see.
crossroad. This gambler has to make a choice, and he takes the wrong road.
Oh, he takes the wrong
dark
road.
road, yes.
Interesting. Okay, and I want to ask you, while we look at the storyboard and we see all the different kind of still images of what we can expect, the actual filming does begin in November. So where will you
Yes.
actually be shooting the film?
This is Tom Ford's Western set, the famous
okay.
fashion designer. And it's a fabulous new set, which is perfect for us. That's me, actually, as
Is
a
it?
gun-toting grandmother.
She's an actress too. Go figure. Unbelievable. And I did mention at the beginning of the segment that you began your career really at 60, and I have to say that's incredibly impressive and a wonderful inspiration to people out there who think maybe they're at a certain age in their life where they're throwing in the towel at trying things that were their dreams, and I give you so much credit for that.
Thank you. It's never too late.
Never.
So, I encourage other women out there who might have an idea to start a business at 60, go for it.
At 60 is the new 40 anyway. Meanwhile, I want to ask you this. The filming process, we talk about it starts in November. What's that process like?
Well, first you have to write the script, which I did. And it won an award, and then you have to, get the actors together and the crew, the locations, and tie everything down.
And you have to assemble so many people to do so many different jobs. People don't realize how many people it takes to really make a good film. And there's actually a lineup, right? There's a lineup for the storyboard. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
What do you mean about lineup?
Like as far as the board, the people that are going to be participating, can you give us a little bit about that lineup?
Well, the young man who's in the front, he was a main actor. He's from Albuquerque. His name is Jerry G. Angelo.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And he's definitely going to have a part in it because he volunteered to be, on the photo shoot.
Great.
And then we have an Oscar-winning cinematographer, Alan Davio, attached.
Oh, fabulous.
And we're talking to Ed Harris to possibly direct it.
Love Ed Harris.
And we would like to have Viggo Mortensen to be...
Well, that wouldn't be so bad. Can I come to the set, please? I would love that. Meanwhile, I think a lot of people, as I said, are coming to New Mexico to be a part of this film industry because we have a backdrop that you cannot... you can't buy that look. It's just beautiful. And growing up here, I mean, you went back to school when you were 50. So you grew up here, you saw something, you became passionate about it, decided to go back to school at 50 years old. That's amazing. Then you started your own production company. And so I want to just understand a little bit for people out there who want a little inspiration and motivation from you. What inspired you to really get going again with this?
Well, I went to film school to learn about producing and directing, and then I lived in Los Angeles for 7 years and learned everything there is to know about the film industry. And then I came back.
Don't you find it interesting that people from here always go to LA and they always come back?
Well, you have to learn there, but you don't want to really live there. It's a very protective industry.
Definitely.
People are not very generous with their contacts.
That's true. That's
and
true.
here they're very open, and they come, to volunteer, to help. When they hear that you're making a movie, they're all flocking to you and say, I want a job.
Of course they are. And I want to know what your work was up until Texas Hold'em.
Well, I had my own TV show for RTL, which is Radio and Television Luxembourg. And I kind of did what you did, except I was out and about, not in the studio so much.
We do a little bit of both around here, but in the studio we get an opportunity to really get in depth and talk to people like you and find out, something like, why would somebody like you write a Western? That's what I really want to know.
Well, I had an old gun from the Civil War hanging on the wall, and one day I thought, I live in the West, so why don't I write a Western?
And of course, you have the book right here as well.
Yes,
want to mention that
book.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful pictures, and it gives a picture of what we can expect with the film itself.
It'll be a thank you to the investors.
Fabulous.
And some people are very busy; they don't have time to, read a screenplay. So if they look at that, they get a good idea of what the movie's all about.
What a good idea that was. I like, you are sharp.
My daughter helped.
Did she? Okay, so give her
Lexi.
credit. You got to give her credit.
Yeah.
And we've got to let our viewers know where they can find you for more information. So let's get that information up. They can call you, of course, at 505-466-6057. And you can always head over to TexasHold'emTheFilm.com.
That's right.
For more details.
Absolutely. We have a blog, and we just tell everyone how we're getting along and who's coming on board.
Fabulous. Well, I wish you nothing but great luck. Break a leg.
Thank
and
you.
Congratulations with the film. I appreciate you being here, Christine. Thank you so
very
much. And of course, it's not over yet. You'll want to stick around. The Heart Hospital of New Mexico Foundation keeps hearts beating. We'll tell you how next.